everyone, Kristen here. I'm so excited for week 2. Week 1 was great, but you know what? I've been waiting for week 2 because I love garlic. So I'm excited that this week is Savory Garlic Week. And here I've got 5 bulbs, and I usually have this much in my kitchen at any given time because I use garlic in so many dishes. And today I get to set this aside because I have got the incredible Philadelphia Cooking Cream Savory Garlic. And this has the most balanced, most incredibly flavorful garlic creaminess that one could ever want. And this is your flavor saver for this dish. It's going to save you time for measuring out your whipping cream for the soup. It's going to save you time in peeling and chopping the garlic, because when I use garlic, I don't just use 1 or 2 cloves. I usually double it or triple it depending on what I'm making. So I don't have to go to all that work because I've got this perfectly balanced flavor of garlic right in this little tub. So without any waiting, I want to get this soup ready and on the table. So I'm going to go through the ingredients and we're going to get started, and you'll be able to make it tonight for dinner in no time flat. So what I've got here is I've got some chicken broth. I've got some potatoes that I've scrubbed, but I have not taken the peel off, as you'll notice. I want that in my soup. I've got a little bowl here of seasoning. I've got some cayenne pepper. I've got some thyme and some rubbed sage. I've got some minced onions. And then I've got some my sausage that I've already browned up. And this is something easy you can do if you go grocery shopping on the weekend. When you get home, cook up your meat, put it in the freezer. When you get home from a busy day at work, pull it out, thaw it, and you can have the soup ready to go as quick as can be. And then the very last ingredient we're going to put in before we add our cream is kale. And this is a really neat green, leafy green to stick in your soup because it's nice and hearty. It doesn't break down. So I like to add this, and it looks pretty with all the little ruffles. So, and then the very last thing we're going to put in is our Philadelphia Savory Garlic Cooking Cream. This is going to be last because I want that flavor just to shine and be the first thing people taste as they put this in their mouth. So I'm going to slice up my potatoes. I'm going to meet you back at the stove. We're going to put this on the stove, and then we're going to knock it out of the park. So I'll see you in a few. We're at the stove. I've got all my potatoes done. I like to cut my potatoes a little thinner. I do about 1/4 of an inch. You can cut your potatoes as big as you want. It'll just take maybe a little bit longer for cooking time. If you cut them thinner, obviously it doesn't take as long for them to cook, meaning you'll get to your table faster and you get to gobble up this soup a little bit faster. So what we're going to do is, in my pot, I use the same pot if you're going to cook your meat that same time. If you're not going to freeze it and you're going to cook it right before you make the soup, I do everything all in the same pot. And then that leaves all that good sausage flavor in there. But I'm going to dump in my potatoes. Get my potatoes in there. And then I've got my onions that I'm going to put in. I've got my sausage that I'm going to put in. And last, I've got my spices, my seasonings. Remember, we've got cayenne pepper, thyme, and rubbed sage in here. And then I've got 8 cups of chicken broth, actually 10 cups of chicken broth. Get all that in there, and I'm going to start this up. We're going to get this cooking. Remember, the very last thing we're going to do, we're saving the best for last, is our Philadelphia Savory Garlic Cooking Cream. This is going to take about 20 to 25 minutes until the potatoes are fork tender, and then we'll get to finish it off and taste the soup. We'll see you in a little bit. Alright, my soup is done, my potatoes are soft, and the last 2 things we want to put in here is our kale, which I've already sliced up, and our Philadelphia Cooking Cream, the savory garlic. Now this I'm putting in last because I want it to be the first thing people taste when they eat this soup. Now remember, this is packed full of garlicky goodness. It's the perfect balance of garlic and cream for my soup today, and we're going to open it up and put it in here. And I think it's so nice that you can just pour this in. It is so smooth And the thing I like about these cooking creams a lot is that we can use them in soups. Like I thought of a sandwich I could use this with. I could use this on pizza. There's so many things that you can make with these cooking creams. You don't have to just put them in pasta. They're not just for pasta. They're for everything and anything. So we're going to spoon this in here. Just comes right out. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to eat this. And it's just going to be so delicious. I might end up eating the whole pot myself before my family gets home. Okay, we're going to get all this out. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put the kale and I'm going to spoon it up. I bet you all are your mouths watering. My mouth is watering. Oh boy. Okay, so I'm going to stir this up. Oh, you can see that cream just going throughout the whole soup. And the soup is so hot, so we can just stir it right in here off the stove. It's just melting it so nicely. Oh my goodness, I smell the garlic. Just makes me so happy. And we've got a snowstorm coming, so this is actually perfect for dinner tonight. Alright, that's all mixed in. All that cooking cream is mixed in. You can see how beautiful and creamy my soup base is there. And then the last thing we're going to add here is the kale. We'll get that in. I've got maybe about 2 cups of kale, chopped kale. And you wait to see how gorgeous this turns out to be. With the cream and the garlic and the sausage and the potatoes. We're going to mix that up and this kale gets nice bright, really bright in there. And then I'm going to serve up my bowl and then we're going to have a little taste test. Alright, so we got the kale mixed in, and more importantly, we got our Philadelphia savory garlic cooking cream in here, and it smells so good, you guys. I wish you had smell-o-vision, because the flavors and the smells from this savory garlic just is mouth-watering. So my little flavor saver container here saved me a couple steps. My soup is done. I'm ready to eat, so I'm going to serve it up in the bowl here. Get some of that kale in there. And your guests are going to be so impressed, and you hardly had to do any work for this. They're going to wonder what your secret is. Okay, and then I like to top it with some Parmesan cheese. So we're going to put a little bit of Parmesan cheese up in there, because what good soup. Little Parmesan cheese. Alright, and now for the taste test with the savory garlic cooking cream. That is incredible. The creaminess, the perfectly balanced garlic flavor. This soup, it just became so much easier for you to make this in your kitchen, so much easier for you to make it in my kitchen. This is delicious. I hope you enjoyed this. I enjoyed making it for you. I had fun sharing one of my favorite recipes with you. And until next time, from my heart to yours, have a great week.